Hi boys and girls, and welcome to Disney Storytime. Today we're going to be reading Disney Princesses, Cinderella, Dreams Do Come True. Long ago, there lived a beautiful young maiden named Cinderella. Cinderella was a sweet girl with a big heart who was always kind to everyone, especially her animal friends. But not everyone was kind to Cinderella. Cinderella lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters, who treated her like a servant. Cinderella, get my breakfast. Cinderella, do the ironing. Cinderella, pick up the laundry. Cinderella never complained, and she always did as she was told, but she was very unhappy. Cinderella wished to be treated with the same respect as her stepsisters and the other maidens in the kingdom. One day, Cinderella's wish came true. The king was holding a ball for the prince, and all the maidens in the land were invited, including Cinderella. Cinderella's stepmother agreed she could go to the grand ball on two conditions. She must first finish all her chores, and she must find something suitable to wear. Cinderella didn't mind doing her chores that day. She realized that all her hard work would finally pay off and that she would soon be at the grand ball, just like every other maiden in the kingdom. After every last chore was finished, Cinderella ran to her room and pulled out an old dress that had once belonged to her mother. She imagined dancing at the ball as she held the dress up to herself. The dress needed some alterations, but they would be easy for Cinderella to make. As Cinderella took out her sewing basket, she heard a call. "Cinderella! Cinderella!" Her stepmothers and stepsisters were getting ready for the ball, and they were not going to give Cinderella a moment's peace. With a sigh, Cinderella put down her sewing basket and obediently went downstairs. Her friends realized that Cinderella would never have time to fix the dress in time for the ball, so they decided to surprise her. The mice and birds worked together to fix the dress. They found ribbons, sashes, and beads to make the dress look pretty. When Cinderella returned to her room, she was delighted when she saw the dress. "Oh, it's beautiful! Why, thank you! Thank you so much!" she exclaimed. The mice were overjoyed to see Cinderella in her new dress, and Cinderella was filled with hope that maybe she really would find true happiness at last. But it wasn't long before Cinderella's stepsisters crushed her hopes. When they saw her, they ran to her and they began tearing at her dress. "They're my beads!" cried Drizella. "That's my sash! Give it back!" shouted Anastasia. Soon Cinderella's dress was torn to shreds. She ran outside and collapsed in tears. "There, there, dry your tears," soothed the soft voice. Her fairy godmother magically appeared. "You can't go to the ball looking like that," said the fairy godmother. With the wave of her magic wand, the fairy godmother turned a pumpkin into a coach. With another wave of her wand, she turned the mice into horses. The fairy godmother waved her wand again, and Cinderella now stood wearing a sparkling ball gown and a pair of glass slippers. "Why, it's like a dream, a wonderful dream come true." "Oh, thank you," said Cinderella. "I'm afraid this can't last forever," replied the fairy godmother. "On the stroke of 12, everything will be as it was before." At the palace, the prince was enchanted by Cinderella. For hours they danced together. Cinderella was lost in a dream world when she heard the clock strike 12. She ran down the grand staircase, leaving behind one glass slipper. The next day the king ordered the Grand Duke to find the owner of the glass slipper. Cinderella's stepmother locked Cinderella in the attic so she wouldn't be able to try on the slipper, but Cinderella never gave up hope. Her mice friend stole the key from the stepmother's pocket and freed her. Just as Cinderella sat to try on the slipper, it fell to the floor and shattered. But to everyone's surprise, Cinderella pulled the other slipper from her pocket, proving she was the girl who had won the prince's heart. Cinderella had been unhappy for a very long time, but she always believed that if she continued to dream of happiness and tried to find it, one day her dreams would come true. Finally, that day had come. She and the prince were soon married, and Cinderella was truly happy at last. Thank you for watching Disney Storytime. See you next time.